With all this news that Ricochet has reportedly, quote unquote, reportedly, given his notice to WWE that he plans to leave when his current contract expires in the summer, or at least in the early portion of the summer, you know, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I've said this before on many occasions. I even linked the 3 separate videos, where I talked about it on several of these comments. I even put a Twitter post on it as well. And as I've said numerous times, we are now in an error. We are now in an error, I should say, where pretty much, things are a lot more, kept close to the vest, under Triple H and Nick Khan and their team. They don't let it get out as much, or as loosely as, they used to get out under Vince McMahon. So things are a lot more, held tightly, to the vest. So to hear this report from Mike Johnson, a PW insider, that, quote, sources, close to the situation, WWE have reported that Ricochet gave his notice. Here's the thing. Unless you hear it from Ricochet himself, the man himself, I don't believe it, just yet. In fact, some person even agreed with me that, hey, I'm not gonna believe it, right now. I'll just take it with a grain of salt. And you have to, because, in the past, outlets like PW Insider, WrestleVotes, Fightful and all of them, that were reliable, or at least decently reliable, they would pretty much be on the ball, if not spot on with what they were hearing. Nowadays, though, it's not so easy anymore. And you add that with the fact that Triple H said what he did, at that press conference, after Backlash, about outlets like Fightful and all them. And yeah, that should pretty much tell you right off the bat that, he's not going to be somebody that's going to allow, he or Nick Khan, they're not going to be people that are going to allow information to get leaked out. They're not. And again, unless we hear it from Ricochet himself, this is all he say, she say, or hearsay, near say, or whatever you want to call it. And now you have conflicting reports, kind of countering what was originally reported. Like, you have Meltzer, whether you believe anything he says anymore, saying it's up in the air. Some are saying that, those in the company feel it's likely he'll leave, but are not too sure. And pretty much you got a lot of people, a lot of outlets trying their best to confirm this. Because in the past, they used to be able to confirm news like this just like that. But not anymore. Because like I said, we are now in an era where, Triple H, the Triple H era that is, Triple H, Nick Khan and the crew, are going to keep things close and tight, close and tight-knit to the vest and not let things get out. And that any information that so-called sources might overhear might just be, might just be information that's being fed to throw them off. Because again, you can't tell me that Nick Khan and mostly Triple H don't realize that they have snitches in the WWE, giving out information that they shouldn't be giving out. So I think until we hear it from Ricochet himself, let's just take this day by day and see what happens. I mean, why would they want to get rid of him if he's already being featured if he's already being featured in a program with Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker? Huh? Why do that? Why put him into this kind of a storyline, right? It wouldn't make sense. If they were gonna let him leave, they let his contract expire. Be done. History. But they're not gonna tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. I mean, look, Becky Lynch's contract expired, but we don't know if she resigned, and we won't know until she makes a return, maybe. Whenever that might be. You see, again, we are in a situation to where, for outlets like Fightful and PW Insider and WrestleVotes and other sources, reliable or sort of reliable, it's a lot harder to get any info on what's going on behind the scenes in WWE. Again, when Vince McMahon used to run things, yeah, it was a lot easy because basically everything was in disarray. Here, it's not so easy. And again, you take into account what Triple H said about these outlets, and it just shows you that, yeah, these outlets might just end up being, put into a position to where they're just like fans like me and Alex and others, to where they just have to assume and guess, hey, we're hearing this, but we're not too sure. We just got to, let it play out and see if any part of it is true or not. The same with Chad Gable, the same with Natty Neidhart. Nobody really knows what's really going on behind the scenes. Just because the current contracts are expiring doesn't mean they haven't re-signed, and we won't know until those current contracts come to a close. I mean, here's the thing: why put Chad Gable in an Intercontinental Championship feud and match at Clash of the Castle? Put him in a storyline that is getting over like Rover right now. Why put him into a situation if you weren't going to re-sign him? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And why have Natty continue to appear on Raw and NXT, probably getting ready to put her into a storyline situation on Raw? Why do that if you're going to get rid of her? Same with others that have a similar situation. To me, it just feels like WWE is, within Triple H and his crew are feeding false narratives to the, like I said, the sources within the company. They give out the information to the likes of Fightful and PWinsider and WrestleVotes to throw them off. So that way you could be surprised as to what happens next. Now, I'm not saying there might not be any truth to Ricochet leaving, but unless we hear it from the man himself, unless WWE acknowledges it and everything, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna take it day by day by day, and that's it. So once again, we just have to remember this is a new era. And this is an error, especially when it comes to outlets like Fightful, PWinsider, and WrestleVotes, who are getting information from the inside sources. The correct, confirmed information, is not as easy as it used to be. And they have to remember that, and so do we. So unless we hear from the man himself, or unless WWE starts acknowledging it, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Let's not book our plans to go to Wembley to try to hope to see Ricochet Osprey II. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that just yet. Let's just wait and see what happens. Because again, just because the current contract is coming up doesn't mean he hasn't re-signed, and the same goes for others that are in a similar situation. Because like I said, WWE right now, they're in this Triple H era to where it's like, yeah, you think you know, but you don't know. But that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say on it. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Comment down below, live chat during the premiere, if you haven't already. And until then, I'm out.